What's up, JDoZ back at here again with another game preview video. The Vikings, after starting out the year 5-0, lost 3 straight, are traveling to Washington to take on the streaky Washington Redskins. Let's talk about it.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name.
Alright, so first off, I think I need to recap the Lions game. Of course, we blew that game in overtime. We gave up that touchdown in the first series in overtime to win. But I think it wasn't a step in the right direction for the Vikings. As I said in the last preview video, that I said it was going to be a close game. So even though we lost, I predicted we would win because we were at home. It was a close game. Some news that happened during the week after I made the preview: the firing of North Turner and having Pat Schumer come in to be the offensive coordinator. And I really liked what we saw. A lot more passing on first down. Put the ball into Bradford's hands, do a lot of short passes to Diggs and Patterson, Thielen. Get the ball out and let those guys make nice little short catches and get the ball, get positive yards on first and second down, give us third and shorts, and maybe pick up first down early on, and then throw it deep later on after we loosen up the defense. And that opened up some running games. Ronnie Hillman looked really good out of the backfield. I believe total yards, he probably had right around 100 total yards. Very good, looked like a capable receiver. And he ran the ball for over 4 yards a carry as well, which isn't good NFL-wise, but for the Vikings, we'll definitely take that because we have had an awful running game so far this year. Other running back, Jerick McKinnon, looks like he shouldn't have been playing. He's been working off an ankle injury and did not look good at all. Man, Asiata did his thing, the bowling ball. And we had some decent blocking, probably the best block game all year against a decent line for the Lions. They set up Ziggy Ansah and other good talent on the defensive line. So it wasn't an easy day time, but only giving up 2 sacks and making some decent holes in the running game was a really nice thing to see. Across the line, Jake Long probably his best game as a Viking. Searles plugged in very, very well for Alex Boone, grading very well for Pro Football Focus. And then the other guys were pretty consistent as well. Defensively, a lot of people are saying this Vikings defense has really gone downhill, but really has it. We've had some injuries across the board. Munnerlyn was out for about half the game. Oh, he was out for the majority of the game. And we plugged in, we tried Alexander for a while, and we went with our boy Terrence Newman, who played very well in the slot, and we tried winning down on the outside, and they did pretty well. I just think they've been on the field so much, and the pressure has really got into them. When you've played 8 games, yeah, 8 games, right? The math's right. When you play that many games and you've been trying to hold them out, you can't have any room for error. It'll just get to you mentally. So I think that's got to them. So I know a lot of people are saying that Anthony Barr and Harrison Smith had bad games, and they did. But you gotta give them some leeway. They need some more breaks, and I think our offense is finally starting to give it to them. But enough about the past. Time to move on to Washington. Now, the Redskins are a very interesting team because they aren't very consistent. You've seen them beat some top dogs, but then you can see them get beat by a team like the Jaguars, the team that they should be able to beat. But the Redskins have a very interesting gunslinger. They have Kirk Cousins at cornerback, who has a good arm, and he throws it to Deshaun Jackson. That's pretty much how their offense works. How many deep balls they can get, and they'll throw it up. Deshaun is quite the interesting prospect to look at the receiver position, because I think what they're going to try to do is get a matchup against Terrence Newman as much as possible, but I really don't think the Vikings will let that happen and probably have Rhodes or Trey Waynes blanket them all day, especially if Newman's going to be in the slot, because it doesn't look very good for Captain Munnerlyn, who I am expecting to miss this game as well, and maybe a few more. So if we have Rhodes on them and say either Harrison Smith or Sendejo to blanket over the top, to take away the deep threat if Rhodes gets burned. I think that will work out pretty well. Or Trey Waynes. This is a really good opportunity for Trey Waynes to come out and show that he can cover and that his speed is a really nice asset. And really show why he was compared to Patrick Peterson when we first drafted him. He has a great speed, and this Deshaun Jackson's a great test for him. And Trey Waynes played really very well last game as well. So that covers our defense. Offensively, I think the Redskins have a pretty average defense. So this is a time to show that Pat Schumer knows a little something about football. He knows how to use our offense more than Norv, and really do what he did last game and just have our offense execute just better, having a nice full week under his system to really learn it. And we should look for a very nice game offensively. I'm looking for a lot, maybe split 50-50 first down pass to run. But when we had Norv, it was probably almost 90% or so running the ball on first down. So a lot more of that, like the play action. Patterson has been probably the biggest surprise on offense for the Vikings this year. I don't know anybody who thought that he would be probably the number 3 wide receiver on the depth chart. We're talking about running backs. I really wouldn't mind seeing Patterson running the ball more, going in the backfield, being a running back. I think that would work very well. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. I think Patterson would be a really nice running back to have, just to change it up a little bit, because I think he has probably more talent than any of the other guys in the backfield. And then you just have the prospect of having Diggs and hopefully a little bit more of Treadwell on the outside, some Thielen in the slot. I think we could work with that very well if we would try to do that, but that's just me talking. I'm not sure the Vikings would do that so much, because I think they're starting to very like this even Patterson as a receiver, and I can't blame him because he's starting to run routes very well. Diggs is going to get a lot of targets again. I see him being Bradford's probably favorite target. Little short routes. Diggs has a knack of making the first guy miss almost 100% of the time. He has solid hands. He can go deep. He can catch the ball anywhere on the field, and you can expect him to make the catch. I would hope for more Rudolph. If our line can prove that it's doing well, I think Rudolph will have a lot more chances to go out there and make plays, and that will be very, very good for our offense that's been struggling pretty much all year except for the game against the Packers in week 2. So that pretty much covers the offense. Defense, I think, just covered Deshaun Jackson. You have a very good chance of winning. They have a solid run game as well, but I think our defense should handle it pretty well. The problem we've been having the last couple of weeks was we give up one or two big runs and that are almost fluky, like you can call the wrong play and it all gets blocked up. Maybe one guy misses a tackle and then he's just off to the races. So if we can knock out if you don't give up any big runs this week, I think we have a really good chance of holding them under 20 points again. Deshaun Jackson will probably get a few nice catches, but I really like what we've done against number 1 receivers all year, whether it be Jordy Nelson, Kelvin Benjamin, or Odell Beckham Jr. We've shut him down very well. I think Rhodes or Waynes, I trust them. The only problem with Deshaun Jackson with our secondary is that could provide a possible defensive pass interference penalty or holding if he does beat us, which could provide a nice, easy free yardage for the Vikings. So I think that is really the key of the game, is limiting our penalties offensively. If we get something going, we can't hold, we can't go out, we can't false start, we can't do silly mistakes on offense, because Lord knows we have a hard enough time moving the ball already. So we can't shoot ourselves in the foot and move ourselves backwards when we have hard enough time going forward the way it is. But I really like what our new offense is going. So if our offense can stay what it's been doing last week, our defense can prove this week that we are the best defense in the league, not Denver, not New England, not Green Bay, or whatever other teams you want to plug in there. We are the best team. If we want to do that, then we'll come down here, have a really nice game in Washington against the Redskins. That can be a very explosive offense. And final score time, I say this being a very close game. The Vikings are trying to come back. I think they finally have some fire in them now. They've seen the light. The offense has more confidence now. The only one that doesn't seem to have confidence is Blair Walsh, and it looks like he'll be keeping them this week, which kind of sucks. But final score time, I say the Vikings. Ooh, this one's really tough because. Okay, we'll say Vikings 21, Redskins 17. Nail biter is pretty much the same score I said last week, but this time it's going to be true. So comment down below what score you think it's going to be. Will you be at the game? Who's your favorite team? Are you guys a Vikings fan? I know this is what I'm trying to get here, but if you're Redskins fans, tell me how wrong I am in the comment section down below. How the Redskins going to pull it off at home. And also I want to know, do you guys think the Vikings still have a chance to go all the way? Will they get the playoffs? Can they hold on to the division? All these questions I want down below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next JoZ video. See ya.